I'm good. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to week. What is this? Sec. Okay, week four. Our Friday matches, and tonight we have quite a few games actually. So for the first game we got tonight is going to start with the 34 IS Ducks versus the 501st Large Skill Gap. All right, give me 1 second before they start drafting. Thank you. All right, cool. Now that I have the draft screen on screen, I can actually start. I can actually start talking about it. So see here. Cool. So it looks like on initial bans, it seems like both sides are just opting to ban out specialties from the other end. 34 S Ducks looking to take out the brand, allowing Misfortune for the 5 first skill gap, while 5 first are taking out Yorick, Viego, and Seraphine to start. Um, first pick Karma on the Duck side. Karma has been a pretty popular pick throughout the season. She's been played in a lot of the games, and I'm surprised that she isn't being pick banned at this rate. Every team's just letting her through, so I can't tell if it's because the champion's strong or it's because it's like normal enough where you kind of expecting you know what to do into it. On the other hand, it looks like the 501st is starting off with some tankier lineups to begin the game with the Thresh and Poppy. And strangely enough, the Duck seems to be responding with Samira, despite the amount of CC that they had to shut her down. They do have the Braum to peel him off, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, especially since Poppy can just negate a lot of, can just easily dash in and negate Samira R and prevent him from dashing away. Looks like a Five First will come out with a mid Vagar pick here. I haven't seen too many Vagars in the season, but I think it might be good into the Karma if he can stand to survive a lot of the early game pokes she has and scale into the game. Interesting first couple of picks from both sides, but I can't really make a full determination on which side is going to win so far. I am leaning towards 501st versus draft. It's a lot more preferable to me since they have a very good front line with a scaling champion to start off. Alrighty. Now to now for the bans on second round. Looks like Urgot is going to come out first. I don't think I've seen an Urgot throughout the season other than the 29th playing it before. So I am unsure on how powerful the champion is. I haven't seen a lot of my normal games either, so I can't get a really good judgment on how that's going to go. But it looks like they're responding with an Aatrox pick. So both sides are just going to opt to remove the top laners from the games, top laners from each other's pools. With the Mordekaiser, Aatrox, and Urgot all within the round two bans. It looks like they might heavily lean to have a counter pick for top side from the 501st, considering how much resources they're putting into removing out the pool from the enemy. They might try to force the Ducks here to pick a relatively difficult blind pick with how much of the more neutral champions are being removed from the pool so far. All right, now we're gonna end off with Camille. That's four top laners being banned out within the second round. That is going to be a lot of the pool removed from both sides. If I was 501st here, I would definitely pick our ADC here, and there it is. It's going to be the Kog'Maw. Now that the pool has been narrowed for the top laner, they should be able to get a reliable counter pick here. Okay, never mind. They're going to switch it up to Ezreal. I wonder how Dux is going to respond to this. We have the Ezreal Thresh into the Samira Braum. Not two pretty all right combos. Not anything special like a Lucian Nami. Looks like they're going to actually go with Volibear. Volibear has been extremely popular this patch due to the new Drain build that has been coming out recently, where there are a lot of screenshots going around about him tanking well over 300,000 damage in a single game. And I'm curious if he's going to pull out that build here. If they do, there might be a massive need to build a lot of heal cut to consistently apply it to him. Never mind. That's a Volibear jungle with a Jax top. Okay, I did not expect that, considering the popularity of the champion in top lane recently, and not having seen him in jungle too often. Are they gonna... Jax is, but I am unsure if like they'll actually. Whoa. Okay, I did not expect that, but it looks like there's going to be a Vayne top this game, which is not the Rage top laners, other than Corn playing earlier this season, is not something you see too often here. Uh, but honestly, I kind of like the Vayne, considering how much front line that there is on the enemy, and the inability to actually provide any real dive or catch onto the Vayne, because she has her condemned to actually peel him away on her own relatively quickly and safely. Uh, Honestly, if Vayne pops off top lane here, I think it might be an absolute disaster for the side of the Ducks, just because they don't have any real method to counter to dive onto the Vayne here. All right. Looks like both sides are getting ready to start to load into the game. And it looks like here I'm going to be joined by Hyper. Hello there, Hyper. Ah, he's muted. It's all good. All right.
I'm
Well,
muted on Discord. I am so sorry.
it is okay. Um,
I did not realize I was muted. But hey, how's it going? Good to see y'all.
now I have a second caster to talk to, so it won't be awkwardly just me speaking to myself here.
Hey,
Let's
let's
go.
go. We love it. So yeah, I'm sorry. I was a bit
No,
stressed
no,
with my
don't be
work.
sorry. It was a bit last minute.
I signed up for it a week ago. It's a little pretty bad on my part.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you out. I'm gonna be your second caster for tonight. We'll
All
see how
right.
this goes. I'm excited for this game, to be honest, because 501st is the squadron I'm moving to, and they've shown an amazingly outstanding performance in their last two games. Ever since their loss with 29th, they have got absolutely insane with their games. So I'm hoping that the momentum is kept up here. But the Ducks aren't to be trifled with either, considering that I played against them and they were honestly a little bit difficult of a matchup for me. I think that was during my Gangplank game. They have really good coordination amongst each
Oh,
other to push forward.
that game, dude. I casted that game.
Well, you should know what the Ducks did to me then.
Yeah, that was that. But you struck a lot of really great points. Uh, I do not know. Sorry, was not towards you guys, but yeah, the 501st have been playing really well all season. Um, just both in their macro plays, the absolute shot calling coming from their captain, and just their mechanics as well in the individual lanes, and then transferring that over to the mid game. And then look at the 32nd, and the that early phase is a little rough, but for some reason they have a really solid mid to late game. um are are the 32nd playing red side?
It's not 30 seconds. It's 34th, and then
34th. You're right,
34th is
you're
playing
right.
blue. 501st is playing red.
Oh, wow, the 501st got the scaling comp. Okay.
Yeah, they
Ooh.
picked a Vayne top, which
I
I totally did not
actually,
expect.
unironically, I love that.
I do too. I was talking. Yeah, the Vayne looks really strong into the lineup that the again that the Ducks currently have right now because they don't have really good dive to actually catch the Vayne.
Uh,
Unironically,
I'm looking
yeah,
at the draft as they're going through. Smitty playing Samira into the Ezreal, I think would be a really great matchup to see. Oh, and Samira's paired up with a Braum. Ezreal's paired up with the Thresh. Wow, this game is going to be really good.
yeah.
Uh,
This game's looking spicy already. To be honest,
what? What? This game is going to be really nuts from all in all lanes, really. I mean, top lane, it's going to be a matter of who is able to stomp the other one harder. It's going to be whoever gets the first kill is going to be able to snowball because once Vayne is gets a first kill and gets advantage in items and stats and overall XP, Jax can't really stand in the pocket and fight her anymore. But when they're even, it's kind of a skill diff at that point. Both Poppy and Volibear really good at controlling objectives. So whoever gets to the objective first, Karma Veigar really good at controlling the mid lane waves. Pushing waves. So a matter of who can gain that mid prile. And then Ezreal and Samira are just so scrappy. Like the team fights are going to be so unreal. Oh man, this game looks really good, really good, really good, really good. What do you got your money on?
right now I'm actually favoring towards the 501st. Not gonna lie, the 501st draft appeals to me a lot more. They have a pretty good front line with the Poppy Thresh, along with Poppy being
Yeah.
able to just straight up remove one of the Ducks' initial engage, and then they have the Veigar cage to
Yep.
prevent any more like crazy engages. And Ezreal Vayne are both self peel ADCs.
Yeah.
And not gonna lie, the Ducks don't have the greatest catch. They do have the Jax jump, which gets countered by the Condemn. They have the Volibear stun, which can get countered by Ezreal just eating over a wall.
Mhm.
Like, frankly, I don't. If the mechanics are there from the 501st, I think they got it. But if they underperform, it might not look pretty, to be honest.
No, I think I think you're right. The 501st team scales a whole lot better as well with Vayne and with Vayne specifically and Vigar as well. Those champs just scale really well. Vigar infinite scaling, but Vayne being a hyper carry. Um, so the 501st drafted what I call four threat comp. You have four threats, so you shut one down, you still have three more to worry about. And the one person who is not the threat is Thresh. Conveniently enough, he's not a threat. Poppy's a threat. Vayne's a threat. Ezreal's a threat, and Vigar a threat. But on the other side, the 34th have drafted a four threat comp. So it's just it's just wow. I don't know. I think it's gonna be the 34th. They got better split pushing in the
They
Jacks.
They do, and honestly, like, they're on the in individual power, level, they're not as, like, damage, oriented, they don't have as many carries, but what do they do make up for it is the fact that if they can peel off Samira on her own actually has the ability to take out 3 of these if she has the opportunity to. Because the
Yeah.
Veigar, Ezreal, and Vayne, a good Inferno trigger will just wipe him straight up.
No, you're absolutely correct. But we got about 40 seconds into spec delay. I think I've covered my half of the draft as they were locking their champs in. Do you have anything you need to say before we get into spec delay?
Not necessarily. Just I'm excited to see this play out. This is File First will be my next team moving on to next season. I will be playing next game though, so I won't be able to help you with casting my own game.
Uh,
But
Come
you know,
on, it'll be fun.
I'll cast and call my own game as I play it.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go. As I'm like yelling out the team fight, you can just like chime in at the end. But yeah, we will get into spec delay. So let's take a short little break while we get that all set up.
Oh no, I'm the top lane.
Oh, I knew that. uh,
Right. Oh wait, I realized. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Going
Okay.
for his head.
All right. So welcome back to the match. We are currently live with the 34 Ducks for the 501st skill gap.
What are we doing there, guys?
Yeah,
Thinking about an invade?
they
Okay.
are. They're currently thinking about it. All right.
I mean, they got the better level 1. But yes, welcome. Game 1 for the night. It is going to be the 34th Blue Knights on the blue
Not
side.
Blue Knights, the Ducks.
God, 32nd Blue Knights. I know I'm going to get it right. So the 34th Ducks on blue side. We have Prax. I apologize. I cannot pronounce that entire name. We have Prax on the Jax, who's in the top lane. Hoochu on the Volley Bear in the jungle. Caparino for Karma in the mid. And then we got Smitty on everyone's favorite ADC, Samira, in the ADC role. And the Cripple, who's Braum. Who do we got for the 501st?
So on the side of the 501st, they have 2 subs, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know like who they are, so I can only go by player names. But in the top lane, we have Wazdo, who is senior airman Toman playing as Vayne top. We have YU Crying playing as Poppy in the jungle. Grimlock 77 playing as Veigar in mid lane. Barely Copper playing as Ezreal, senior Redman, and Bella, senior airman Bailey, sorry, playing as Bella the Boulevard for Thresh and support role. Now, it's kind of weird because they had 2 subs brought in for this match due to unavailability of their original core and substitute members.
Ooh,
and
really good monster cube from Caparino right there.
I have no idea how like these the 2 extra players they have are
really good flight. Oh, into a really good hook as well, putting really good damage down on a Smitty. But I'm gonna say it. That's really good patience to not blow flash right there.
Considering the amount of HP that Samira is missing, that was not ideal for them because now she can't really take any early fights. The Thresh is playing really aggressive here, and
yeah, he is, but he can be that aggressive because look at that stun, forcing the flash out of Bella of the Boulevard. The Ignite takes down. Cripple is gonna go down well. First blood, give it over to Barely.
The flash from the Braum is wasted. That's unfortunate. He died after flash because the projectile's already in there.
Yeah, and that was auto too. It wasn't like you do. So unfortunate. But you know, blood already down for the 501st. Please continue your thought process.
It's all good. It's all good. So now that they're going to reset, I think I have Samira might have a better chance to fight Intimate because they need to play around Threshold being down in order to actually do anything. Watso just bullying Praxum up here. We've seen him play Vayne in the previous match as ADC, and he went absolutely insane with a 20, 0, and 10 performance. I wonder if he could pull off the same from topside.
Well, I mean, in these early levels, being in a range to melee matchup, that is going to be inherently the case. But as soon as he throws up that dodge and he throws up that stun, he's going to get a really big chunk of damage, just like we saw. But as soon as Wazdo realizes he can condemn him into the tower and get really big money off of that and potentially get a kill, then top lane's going to look really dire. But really nice hook, forced the flash out of Uchu. But YU Crying is the one who's actually crying right now as he flashes away into the lantern to get out of there.
That was a pretty big skirmish mid. I'm surprised nothing came out of it from both sides. We did get flash used up from the Poppy to barely escape, but
Hex flash worth.
Yeah, YU Crying does have Hex flash, meaning he can just charge a flash over a wall and still come through weird angles for his ganks.
Yeah. I mean, I would go as far as to say that's worse for the side of the 34th because Poppy has Hex flash.
Yeah, they didn't really get any. They didn't really get too much out of the engage there.
No, and actually, they are the ones that go down because their jungler burned flash as well.
That's true.
Oof.
Smitty out here actually taking a lot of damage from the Ezreal Qs here. Barely Copper just landing these skill shots in the middle of weaving him.
They are magnetic.
Praxton is not in a great place right now. His wave looks like it's going to be frozen in front of the tier one top, and he doesn't have anyone to break it. If Volibear doesn't move over to break this freeze, it might actually just spell the doom, spell the end of his laning phase.
If you think about it, he's not really that. It's not really that dire just because Volibear is taking those Krugs. So the fact that he has to stay there and just soak up XP still is pretty good because he still gains top prio.
My only primary worry is the CS difference between Vayne and Jax might actually make or break it for their laning, and they both just get level 6 here.
Yep. I saw that too.
Yeah, nothing too big goes on, but both sides are real. The Vayne especially is actually in HP range to straight up die here. Looks like Why You Crying getting caught in the jungle here.
Oh, and taking damage from the dragon as well. The ignite ticking down, but not gonna do, not gonna clean anything up. But Caprino is making a roam down there. Maybe try to clean something up, but here comes Hoochoo and Cripple trying to get on a Grimlock.
Flash from Veigar. He's out too. That's another flash down for them.
That's a mid lane gank on repeat if I've ever seen one myself.
But Karma's actually going to walk into 2 here.
Yep, exhausted down 2. Good flash away, but Hoochoo's going to be the one that's actually connected with. Really great Mancha Q to connect with the support right there, Belle de Boulevard. And they're just going to be annoying. And yeah, Grimlock coming back full health. Ooh. And the rest of the 35th are so low, but they're going to be able to get a kill onto the Thresh. But there goes one down as well, a 1-for-1. But Bradley Cooper forcing the heal. Now he flashes as well. Hoochoo.
Why You Crying is back.
Why You Crying is back, full health, and Hoochoo falls down right there with that last Max Rain Mystic shot.
I think the Ducks
first coming out on top.
I think the Ducks overstayed their welcome there. When they brought out Who You Crying the first time away from the Dragon Pit,
oh, here comes Smitty! Gets a really big shot down, and she is level 6, and Why You Crying is level 4. That means we can spin to win and get a kill, but not today. Why You Crying is cleaned up by the Drake. Double kill for Smitty.
This fight was still going on. It lasted a solid minute and a half. That honestly is a whole minute longer than it should have been, in my eyes. And the dragon is still up. Neither side is taking it.
It is still alive. But I wanted to say in terms of the top lane that we were mentioning, Wasdo being in position to actually take out Prax. I don't even think Master at Arms could save him right now. All those Wasdo's got to do is condemn him into the wall.
Oh,
but you know what? That will work. If Waz condemns him into the wall, then he doesn't have to take that many tower shots.
Caparino is playing mid right now with absolutely no mana. It's taking heavy trades to Veigar. I don't know if he should be sticking around with that kind of mana pool, because I feel like the Poppy gank with Hex Splash makes him more susceptible to dying over the Volibear, because Veigar can just cage if Volibear comes, but Caparino doesn't have anything to get away.
Belle de Boulevard trying to go for a flay, but really good shield follow-up by Cripple. Not going to get much out of that. We're going to throw our blades around. No projectiles hit me today.
The stand behind me shield is just too good. The fact that it completely negates the first projectile, I think if he times right, he can block Ezreal ults and Veigar ults straight up.
When he puts enough points into the ability, he actually can block Keeper's Verdict, Ezreal, and Veigar ultimates.
Keeper's Verdict is a projectile? I didn't even know that. I thought it was just a
I think it's a projectile. I think it's counted as a projectile.
I was not aware of this. Oh, wow. That's news to me.
Let me double check. I might actually get called out.
Oh, no, you're fine. Look, I don't know personally.
Poppy channels, a hammer strike knocks enemies very far away. Okay, so if he takes it, then he's going to get yeeted.
Okay.
Well, so somebody messaged Cripple, tell him to put the shield up on a Keeper's Verdict, see if he gets yeeted into the next century.
Yeah. So just scientific purposes. Scientific purposes.
I need some limit testing, please.
This is what we need right now.
I'm pretty sure he takes I'm pretty sure the shield takes it.
I don't see a lot of Poppy interaction. Okay, it looks like Bell is actually going to go with Caparino here.
You know what? This flay into the Death Sentence combination, I actually did not know that was that strong, but really great shielding from Caparino. He takes that Mystic shot and just meh. And just meh on it.
If there was one wrong play that happened there,
another from the top ropes. Prax jumping away, but here comes Belle de Boulevard. One single auto does the trick. We're gonna get a stunned up. Wasdo is now gonna get pinched. Not gonna get pinched, but actually gonna get helped out by 2 of the members. And Hoochoo is just gonna go down. And who needs the carry in the top lane when our support puts the team on his back?
Bell of Boulevard and Why You Crying are just it's not Why yeah, Why You Crying are just moving as a unit and just catching. They caught Caparino, beeline top. They got Praxitum on his way out and Hoochu as he was trying to take out Wazdo. That is some great map movement from both the jungle and the support here.
You know what they also have? They have a mixtape coming out called Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Can you? Great song, crying, by the way. Great song.
Crying, Boulevard, Broken Dreams, Bella Boulevard. It just clashes so nicely. They're able to pick up one. They might not be able to
get Hoochu comes back
more than one, but they're going to be able to stun up that support, and the kill's going to go right over to the jungler. The jungler claims two of the Grub Mites as well. Caparino is here, keeping Verdict's going to knock the jungler out, but top laner is sticking down to Wazdo. Brax channeling the stun is going to be able to hit up two, gets one shut down, going for a second. That's a double kill going over the top laner. Meanwhile, down there at the south side of the river, Grimlock trying to get over to the bear pit, doesn't make it. Hoochu claiming another. That is 4 for none, and we get 2 Baron Mites.
That was an absolute disaster for the side of 501st. They got caught on those growths. They overstayed. They've been doing these at the objectives. They take too long there, and now the enemy has reset in time to come back and challenge them and wipe them at the objective. It happened at the first dragon, which, by the way, is still alive and being taken at the very moment. And now it just happened again at Grubs.
So do you know what it is? I actually learned this today. It is Hoochu's throwing the support right into the wall right there, but Smitty is getting those stacks up very nicely. The stun's gonna come up, force him to flash away.
Inferno Trigger is going to tear him apart there. Wow. Anyway, what was the idea behind
the death spawner? The death spawners actually are so low this early in the game with a wow, what a stun from Hoochu on the top ropes, and Smitty's gonna get hooked up by the Thresh, forced to flash away, actually gets out of that Mystic Shot, but Why You Crying throws a single auto, and down goes Smitty, shut down to the jungler. Respawn timers is what I kept
The Iron Ambassador delivering her message, telling Smitty to go back home into her fountain.
Yes, yes. What I was trying to say is the respawn timers with Season 14 actually got adjusted, so you're out on the map a whole lot faster than you previously were. So if you take a team fight around an objective, then the enemy team is actually there full health and with items to challenge you for it. So if you win a team fight, you should either A, if you have the health, just rush the objective. B, if you don't, back, reset, try again.
I think honestly that would have been actually worked out if they did it to the dragon fight over the Grubs. And amazing hook by Bell.
Smitty walks up with the glacial fissure, and the shield to follow up from Cripple actually is just so well timed. Barely Copper could barely move with all of that slow and stun. Wow, really great play.
This is a wild back and forth exchange of kills that's been going on between both sides. I can't really tell who's going to pull the lead out right now. Right now, it looks like the Ducks does have a minor 2k gold lead, but gold is honestly spread out all across the team right now. Karma does have a massive 1k gold diff between away from Vigard, but surprisingly, Praxitum is actually not too far behind the Vayne. I think the gold diff's just entirely from the Karma and from the Volibear. With the kills, 4 kills on Volibear, putting him way ahead of Why You Crying, and just general CS diff.
Go ahead and check the items real fast, because this is exactly what I was rating for. Prax picks up the Titanic Hydra, so Wazdo is gonna have a much harder time harassing and bullying Prax, because now he can actually CS with that item in his pocket.
I'm like absolutely amazed that despite being 60 CS down, he's only like 100 gold behind.
You're a top laner, you know how it feels to go into a ranged matchup. I mean, you suffer through the first 5 minutes, and then it's all good. But a really well timed Keeper's Verdict lands onto the jungler. Now the team fight is gonna break out. But look at this, flashes on in. He gets a stun to follow up by Hoochu, but a really good Vigor cage stopping everybody in their tracks. To flash forward, gets a really good stun, and that is a kill going right over to Poppy. That is 2 down.
Barrage coming off from the Ezreal.
That's a really great condemned into the wall, and now Hoochu, Wazdo, I apologize. Really great flash, trying to reposition himself on the other side of Caparino. Caparino did flash previously, but Now Waz is just trying to chase him down with tumble after tumble. Really great shielding.
Caparino's taking his fight.
And the damage just isn't there for Caparino right now. A nice Mantra Q will spell doom for Wazdo. A really great condemn.
Actually
really
fights off Wazdo there in the 1v1. It came out on top. That was amazing. The True Shot barrage from Bailey Copper actually contributed some good damage to take out the Ducks there. That fight was aggressive, but it was a trade of one of the Ducks for...
I think it was a 3-for-1.
Yeah, sorry,
2-for-1.
3 fell on the side of Ducks, and 1 fell on the side of 501st, I believe.
Wow.
Which was absolutely amazing for 501st there, especially since a lot of that went to the Vayne. 2 shutdowns, one from the Volley Barrier and the other from the Jax, going straight to the Vayne. And this is what I was talking about, how if they can get stopped and they don't have enough catch to get both Ezreal, Vayne, and even Veigar all at one go. They had to go one target at a time. And with the peel from Thresh ulti and Poppy all together, it's very hard for Ducks to actually take a fight into them.
Speaking of taking a fight, we might be taking a fight right here. With the Herald started up again, they do have sight of it with that True Shot barrage. Well, it looks like 501st are just trying to position themselves into forcing their way into the river right now. Shelly is about 3,000 health, but a really great death sentence. He's gonna flash on forward. Cracks channeling that stun. He does land on top of it, but look at the jungler, look at the sport. They see the top laner, they're looking for him. They find that Glacial Fissure, but look at Thresh, a death sentence if I've ever seen one, lands the hook, and it might be just doomed for this objection for the first one.
Honestly, oh, wait, Smitty's actually still trying for it? Oh, Taxicum is actually...
Oh, I mean, they were getting out really well. Keeper's Verdict
actually looked. Hey, no, there's limit testing. The shield came out and he got launched.
He got launched. All right. I mean, it's technically still a projectile. He didn't take any damage.
Science has been done. He still gets launched but takes no damage.
Wow. Let's get before we could break that fight down. Let's get a stack check on Veigar real fast. See when he stacks he's at.
148.
He's a little behind.
He's a little behind, but it's making progress. 150 AP is still a good amount.
We're getting there. We're getting there. So that fight, break it down for us.
All right. So it looks like they were starting out the objective, playing a little dance around it, and Bella the Boulevard actually. Oh wait, no, there's hooking going on here.
Look at that lantern, because here comes Wazdo, but Pratt's channeling that stun. He finds two members. But look at Hoochu. He actually found the flank, but a True Shot barrage comes over the top. A really nice death sentence locking up Prax. His health bar is getting very dangerously low. And look at Karma coming in. Really great damage from that Mantra Q. The rest of the bot lane finds their way into the fight. That stun. Why are you crying? Just trying to get out of there. Finally able to get onto the lantern, but we are chasing down the top lane. We do find a stun. We do find a slow. Do we find a kill? We find the exhaust. We find the death sentence and Grimlock. The delete button comes through. It is now a 5v4 in favor of the 501st.
That was just for all the abilities that came out. I'm surprised that there were only one death came out of it, but that 4-man cage from Grimlock was absolutely amazing. Saved Wazdo's life and turned that fight around towards the end there. It looked like Wazdo was going down there for sure if it wasn't for that baby cage from Veigar. And he does get taken out by the Caparino Mantra Q.
Really good walking up right there. Not even worried about it. Knew he had the damage. Sidestepping that hook from Thresh and just securing the kill. Speaking of sidesteps, that was a really good sidestep up. Bella of the Boulevard has 0 mana. He's gonna be able to throw another one of those down for a little bit. Hoochu coming from the top ropes, dropping down some damage. Caparino's here to back him up. Why you crying? Is asking himself, why am I going to the gray screen? Because I was trying to take the Drake.
These are some crazy, like, long sequences of fights that it just goes on, and the Dragon objective is just there watching the whole time, and they can't. They never finish these objectives until like 6 minutes after they started fighting for one. It's actually insane.
I mean, it's just they don't have the damage. So both teams are doing a really good job of neutralizing the ability to take the objective. So we saw it on Shelly, Keeper's Verdict knocking the jungler out of position. So they weren't able to contest the objective anymore. Hoochu comes back into the fight and then gets annihilated. Happens.
Oh,
Um,
it's
oh, really good
Both
hook
are
right
catch
there. But
critical
look
here.
at that. It might have been a bait because Prax was channeling that stun, but Wazdo doing really good job weaving those tumbles in and out. Master of Arms is going to give him a little bit of extra mana and just never mind. Wait.
The flash! He still gets caught by the baited projectile!
That is
A little too
unfortunate.
late for that flash. Held it for too long. Another death sentence here.
Yo, Bella Boulevard connecting with absolute precision with all of these hooks.
Honestly, crazy. The box placements have been really good as well to help
Really
isolate
good.
the team. How do you walk into that? You have a Veigar cage holding the team back, and then on top of that, when the cage goes down, if Bella Boulevard's in the area, you also have a box isolating part of the fight as well. It's really hard to just play into these two.
Not only that, I have another ability that makes it even worse. Steadfast.
Oh my god, you're so
now,
right.
So now you're in baby cage, now you're in box. Okay, now I need to flash. Steadfast comes up from Why You Crying. Oh wait, I can't dash. I'm stuck here. What do? I play Green Screen Simulator. Is what I do.
Honestly, they just have their own like territory that they just control. They have a mobile area of like, you walk in here, this is our land, you're gonna get absolutely destroyed. Praxton might look for a dive here, but Barely Copper is going to stay shift away.
Arcane shift right out of that one. I remember when I first started playing League with my friends, I saw an Ezreal Arcane shift, swore it was flash. Jungler comes down to gank, he actually flashes, proceeded to get flamed all night because I didn't know the difference.
That's typical League behavior, though. You don't know one thing, despite being absolutely brand new, you're gonna get
I think I was been playing
out
for like maybe a couple weeks, but we have a fight down there in the bot lane and in the top lane. Was though able to clean that one up. We had fights going on all over the rift. We caught the end of them times.
Yeah,
we saw dead
solo.
champions.
Yeah, the solo kill from Wazdo to Paxton on the turret, and they actually caught Smitty over pushing there. Why You Crying coming out and pinning him to the wall before absolutely taking him out.
Asking him why you crying. Smitty, why you crying? It's okay. It's okay.
So what do you think that they should be aiming for next? I feel like there's going to be a lot of Baron exchanges too, but in a straight 5-on-5, which side do you think has the advantage here?
At the moment, I'm going to give it over to the 5-0 first, just because the fact that the 34 don't really have the damage items on Smitty yet to carry the fight. He's only sitting on that collector, still working towards that.
Infinity Edge.
Thank you. I could not think of the word. I knew that I had the item icon in my head. I forgot what it was called. But yes, he's working towards that Infinity Edge. Actually, almost completed. A couple more waves, he should be good. But look at the top lane now. We have Vayne. Both recurve bows working vigorously towards that Terminus. That comes online. Vayne's going to be really, really, really hard to handle. Jax only with 2 items himself. So if they're able to stall the game out, or not even that, they find the pick in a key moment, then, you know, the 34th can, you know, slowly get back into the game that the 501st have claimed and started to take away.
It's honestly relatively impressive that the gold lead is only 2,000 still. It was like that way earlier, and it still is right now. But the gap between Vayne and Jax has definitely been expanded. And
ooh, uses that final hour in a really great condemn. Wazdo trying to lay the damage down onto Smitty, but Smitty doing whatever he can to get a kill, and he does. He gets the shutdown. That's the goal that he needs.
The 1v4 was definitely
1v3.
not going to work.
It was a
1v3, true, yeah.
Honestly,
Why Crying did not get there.
Honestly, if he chose... I liked the start of that, you know, the final hour into the condemned, but if I'm him, I peel off of Smitty and I start to look towards the mid laner. But as I say that, they're able to take down that mid turret, really great Keeper's Verdict, but it still goes down.
I think that he should have final houred away and like play to attack anyone chasing him rather than into them, because they had a lot of CC next to him.
He can 1v3 100%. He just condemns Smitty into the wall and turns his focus over to Karma, because that's his problem because of the poke that Caprino has in that champion. So he neutralizes that problem, then he can turn back towards Smitty, get his health bar a little bit down, and then focus his, wait till the shield times out, and then he can focus on Braum.
I agree that he could have 1v3 there. I just don't think he could have done it in the middle of them. I think he needed to play away from them, right?
Okay, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's really, it was going to be a really hard 1v3, but he definitely could have done it.
Yeah, because I think he had to run up down the lane more instead of into them and hit them as they walk towards him. Because in the middle of them, they get their CC on him for free there.
Yeah.
So, but as it is right now, Wasdo is still having a pretty stellar performance. He does have a 5k gold lead on Volibear, as shown earlier. In terms of the gold diff, Karma is still ahead of the Veigar here. Volibear still ahead of the Poppy. But it looks like Smitty is starting to build up his lead against Barely Copper with the 1k gold lead. And Samira has his IE finish, especially after that shutdown from Vayne. And overall, the gold values has just been even out, to be honest. But it looks like Smitty's gonna get caught here.
Jump onto Smitty right here. Really great damage coming down from Wasdo. Just right-clicking the victory. Smitty can't really do much with that flash. He's just gonna get taken out.
They are actually going to look for Baron here with the pick on Smitty occurring. It's going to look like a 2v4, considering 3 people on the side of Fire
really big damage coming out from Grimlock right there, but puts him in a baby cage. Here comes the True Shot Barrage over the top of the wall. Why You Crying? Trying to make his way into the pit. Keeper's Verdict now coming off. It is getting channeled. Is it going to hit the jungler? It is not. There goes the support, but here comes Prax right back into the fight. Baby cage, and he does not get the stun, but from the top ropes, we have Volibear. Volibear picking up that kill. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we have a tower going down, but Caparino trying to jump onto the mid laner, finds the root, and they find the kill. Bella Boulevard has the lantern, but it is not used because he just can't use it.
That was honestly very well done by by Grimlock and Why Crying. They both did die for that, but they did take down Jax, and they stopped the Baron attempt. And they got the tier 2 bottom, giving an extra 700 gold into the Vayne's pocket. And we're back at a 2k gold lead for the final first.
But in the opposite direction. So at the beginning of this game, the 34th had this game clinging barely to that 2k gold lead. And since we saw, I think it was the Shelly fight. The second one. The gold has started to slowly swing towards the 501st.
Honestly, at this phase of the game, a 1k gold lead does not mean as much as it did like 20 minutes ago.
Wasdo looking for a kill. He finds the Condemn onto the Braum, but look at Smitty. He has those stacks getting channeled up, but a two-shot barrage from over the top annihilates his health bar. Cripple forced to flash out of that one. Prax looking to join, but he does not want to get too far into that because Wasdo just too strong right now.
I think that fight actually didn't look too bad on the side of Dux, but I feel like Smitty misused a couple of his abilities because he did not get Infernal Trigger, even though he was in that profile.
With a TP from behind the wall, looking for a little cheekiness, doesn't find it. Hoochu trying to get into the pick, does not find it, but he's going to get played right into the baby cage and shut down to Waz.
The Stormbreaker was not enough to get him out. He did a bit too late. The Event Horizon actually being able to catch him in a CC lock. That's unfortunate. I feel like this entire game just turned around, like starting from Smitty's getting caught out in the river, because now they got Baron and they're pushing out for tier 2 mid, going for tier 3 mid.
Play, and there comes that CC lockup again. Why You Crying? Taking out that ADC, and they're going for the inhibitor. They could probably look to end the game right now. They got the numbers, they got the damage, and they're staggering the death timers very nicely, but they're going to pull off with Drake spawning in a minute.
All it took was one play for the state of the game to absolutely tilt over one side, because it was looking real even until the recent pickoffs between Smitty, then Hoochu. Now the gold lead has increased to 5,000, and I think the 501st is just gonna have way more objective control at this point.
I mean, to be honest, they've had some. Their team comp is built for really good objective control, and not only that, but like choke points as well. They control choke points very, very efficiently. The only one who can really stop them from entering these chokes is Caparino on the Karma. Mantra Qs at this point in the game are basically non-existent cooldowns, so just spam them out left and right. But you know, we have Vygar Cage, we have the box, we have a root coming through, we have a stun from Uchu, but look at Bell, the Boulevard brings the rest of his team, uses that Stormbreaker to try to get out of there. The play does not land. The rest of the team uses that Blast Cone to try to get out of there. Really nice shield coming out from Cripple, trying to create a little bit of space for him, and Prax, a really great Glacial Fissure, trying to stop Wazdo in his tracks. And it does for a little bit, but the objective is now started up. But look at Caparino on the north side of the river, just being annoying the way Karma does.
They are melting this dragon right now.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get it. Really great Keeper's Verdict, but does not land onto the jungler, but the jungler not going to contest that one.
It was honestly amazing that 501st didn't kill anyone there in that entire exchange.
It's
Honestly,
really
really disengaged.
Really good. I was about to say, really great on the 34th to not die right there.
Yeah,
they had all the tools to at least take out 2 or 3 of them, but none of them fall.
The disengage was really well done by the 34th there. I'm actually surprised that no one was lost there. It looks like Baron buff is going to fade from the 501st fairly soon, so they can't really continue their push. They have to wait for the next big objective or a good pick in order to actually continue bringing on the pressure.
And really good from the 34 to make sure that they don't get a lot of value from that Baron. They were able to take the tier 2 and the inhibitor, but nothing much after that because they had those waves shoved in.
Sorry, did Grimlock just TP from the top river to the bottom jungle control ward?
Did he? I saw him channeling something. I thought that was a back, but he might have actually TP'd. Gonna get the stun on the Bell, the Boulevard, but why you crying's coming in to join the fight. The delete button does not delete Prax, but that shove into the wall definitely will, and that is one down.
It was honestly, I was really confused about the TP, but they did get Praxitum, so you know what? Good for them.
You know what? They're trying to find a pick on to Wazdo here. They're gonna throw 3 their way as well. Caparino, Cripple, and Hoochu. They find the stun, they find the Glacial Fissure, but the damage is still really big from Waz, using that final hour to create a little bit of distance with that tumble. A really great condemn. Hoochu trying to get back in to use that Stormbreaker, does find the stun eventually, but the shutdown going over to Cripple. That is not who you need that to go over to. And
I swear,
when 4-man down this bot lane, the CC lock is too good.
Smitty went in there. He dashed in.
He has to do something. He has to do something. Personally, I let them take the inhibitor and wait for my team to back me up.
Yeah, I would have waited for them to take inhibitor before wild rushing in like that, because that was honestly, I don't think that accomplished too much. Grimlock might actually get caught here. No, he doesn't. He's going to flash away and get out safely. It is not looking too hot. They took way more resources to take out Wazdo than the 501st did to take out Praxitum. Both top laners did go down, but 501st got a tier 3 turret and inhib out of their engagement.
I mean...
Oh, man.
Cripple, really great flash, by the way. Actually surprised he lives right there. Still, too. Wow.
The true shot barrage does not finish him there. That was so close.
It is not the true shot that they were expecting. But, you know, Cripple doing a really good job of stopping backs right there. I mean, if he died, I'd still take that as a win, you know, delaying their tempo so that you can get these waves off of your base. But the fact that he doesn't die, Cass, unfortunately, does have to burn Flash, which is a big cooldown. If you are the Braum, because a Flash Glacial Fissure is massive in a big team fight, which is about to happen here in about 30 seconds over this next Baron. I'm going to say it. Whoever wins this fight, if it is the 501st, they practically would win the game off the back of that win. But speaking of flash and flash play into a
Cripple's going to get caught again, this time with no flash. This is the second time he's caught on his own.
He was going for vision. He was going for vision. You know what? I'm going to flame, but I can't flame that hard because at least he wasn't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's worse if you get caught out doing nothing, but he was doing something for his team.
True. I just feel like he should have been walking in with his team there instead of on his own.
Oh, no, 100%.
Right. This is not looking too high. It's a 4v5 right now for side 34 Ducks. A miracle has happened here for them to get anything out of it.
Oh, that baby cage is not going to land onto somebody. Why you crying does find the block it to the wall, but Wazdo's going to get stopped up, but it does not matter because look at him shred through the rest of the team. Uchu and Caparino on the run right now. Wazdo tumbling away to get away from that root. Really great flash, but he's going to flash right into a stun. Uchu now juggling that shielding, but it doesn't matter because the 5-0 first have cemented their victory.
Oh man, Smitty again, wild rush into the middle of the enemy team, died in less than 2 seconds, like 1 point something seconds.
But you know
and
that's
all of Duck's damage, to be honest.
Smitty wild rushes in there and throws his spin block ability, the W, he has instant 7 stacks and can pop ultimate. Because they're all grouped up right there. That is 4 stacks off the wild rush, the extra 1 from the W, and then now I have an ultimate. So like I get it, I 100% get it, but we have a TP from Grimlock right here on the base. He's just trying to siege it down, but they're not going to be able to. You know what? I think that they get the Nexus turrets, but we have an inhibitor spawned.
That is a wild TP. He does get both tier 4s there though, so I think it was worth it. But also, I don't think it was necessary. It was definitely worthwhile, but it wasn't necessary. I would think because they have Baron. They have Baron. They could have just walked in as a team without the Veigar dying, to be honest.
Yeah, and now they have an inhibitor respawn, so they only have that pressure from the bot lane now with super minions. And Prax just shoving up this top lane, so they're not going to have any pressure on the top lane. But Prax does need to be careful because look at that mini map. Wazdo's making a beeline up to him. I don't know if he's going to be able to get out though. He should be able to.
I think maybe. Oh.
Yeah,
oh, he's out. They don't check. They don't check. They had the alcove.
Alcove Gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
Alcove Gaming.
Alcove Gaming. Oh,
the amount of people that has slept on the addition of Alcove. I remember when that came out a couple of seasons ago, people were like, this is like the most useless map change ever. But I've seen people make good, like crazy plays around that and crazy escapes around it too.
I've gotten triple kills in the Alcove. By sheer luck, mind you. Not even because I'm good at the game. By sheer luck.
I think the Alcove were a pretty unique addition to the game, and they have added a level of counterplay to the top lane that normally wasn't there, along with bot lane too.
Oh, we're gonna have we're looking at a 5v5, but that Smitty's using that wild rush going right on in with the rest of his team nowhere in sight. But now he finally has his ultimate ready, but that stun just
doesn't hit anyone with the Infernal Trigger.
He was not able to hit anybody, but we have a 1v1 with the junglers going on. White Pride and Hoochoo trying to duke it out, but Prax jumping right onto the support. And look at Grimlock with the stacks and with the infinite scaling just forces him out of there. Caparino now on the heels of just being Karma, I guess. What happened? That was so good.
That was very, very well done by the 501st. The way that they actually played away from the fight.
I mean, the 34th, they set that up so beautifully. What happened?
It was beautiful, but the thing is, the damage is not enough. They only had Samira for damage, and the Samira was CC'd before she could Inferno Triggered, and when she did Inferno Triggered, it hit no one. And the lack of damage made that fight go wrong. I think it was really well done CC chain on the side of 501st. While they were disengaging, and then they had a split fight where Hoochoo was chasing the Vayne, Praxton was getting kited by Bell. Honestly, I think that 501st played that better. And ultimately, the lack of damage from the Ducks have served to be their downfall in this case. The 19k goal to Vayne. That is a massive goal, Leonter. So that was an exciting game. Who do you think between... yeah, he was full build. Do we pull in Wazdo? He did come in last time, and so we could pull in someone else here.
I mean, all five
I don't mind.
played really well.
Oh, they were so.
But he can make me cry.
But is he actually part of the 501st draft, or was he just?
Was it like a last minute sub?
Yeah, it wasn't E sub. Is the main question there. I mean, I guess he could still talk, but I think, you know what? I think Bell played absolutely insane. I want to bring in Bell because the thresh hooks, the death sentences, and the peel, especially on Praxtem at the end and preventing the Inferno Trigger. I think Thresh deserves an interview here. Yeah. Do we have anyone with drag permissions to bring up Bell? You don't
Uh,
have to, but
that's
okay.
that's unfortunate.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that.
I
Very cool.
finally
Okay,
I
hey
finally got to
Bell.
play my lane.
How does it feel actually being able to play support for the first time this season as your main lane? You know.
So, when I offered to play for the 501st, I offered to be the substitute support, and I got put into mid lane, which I've never played before, and I'm still doing I think I'm doing a decent job. So, when they let me get Thresh, I was so hyped. I had a lot of fun.
You
It looked like a lot of fun.
Your hooks were absolutely amazing that game. Your roams were on point as well. What were you like communicating with your team? Like was someone shot calling with you, or is that just something you went on your own and you set a place for your team?
So that's just how I play support. I don't play bot lane. I get first blood every single time. It never fails. I get first blood bot lane, and then I don't go bot lane. I play mid, I play top, I play jungle. I do not play for my ADC.
So,
ADCs are brain dead bonobos. They're not worth playing for.
yo,
You can
I
talk like
feel,
that about
yo,
barely copper Wazdo.
I'm personally feel attacked right now.
It's the case. I play
I'm
for
just saying,
everyone
looking at
but the
these
ADC.
checking out these damage charts, although he wasn't exactly ADC role this game, Wazdo did quite a bit of damage. What if he was your ADC? Would he be worth supporting?
He said,
Probably.
Okay,
Probably.
okay. I see where you stand, and I respect it. You
And even
honestly,
no,
you can
the
back
other
up
thing
that talk. Your support was on fire tonight,
the other
like straight
thing,
up.
Wasdo's so good, he doesn't need a support.
You know what?
I get him ahead,
True.
I leave, and I
True.
get the rest of the bonobos ahead, and he wins by himself.
you know what? The
They
logic,
don't need me.
I can't
I
argue
can't
the
fault
logic.
it. That's exactly how Bell played tonight, and she backed it up with performance and results. 27 assists,
That's a
two
lot.
kills. That almost a 10.0 KDA ratio in total. Absolutely amazing. Can we actually scroll see a CC score on the end game? See, so scroll up, scroll up. All right, with the CC score of 79, highest in the game, you really did lock down the enemy team. You made it so that they could not reach Wazdo or Barely Copper. They're absolutely amazing.
That is.
Any comments on regards to how the enemy team played, how you felt about the game overall?
Yeah, I just wanna point out another first pick karma against me, another loss. Crazy.
That doesn't really count because they weren't laning against you.
It doesn't matter. I would have played karma if they didn't pick it, and I would have dominated with that too.
I love the confidence.
But overall, I mean, this time the karma was actually very good. It didn't die until the final push. Overall, Volibear looked pretty good. When I saw him, he was counter jungling so well against our jungler who was filling in, and Trout did an amazing job. Like, I want to give a round of applause for Trout. He was nervous to fill in, but overall, I think they tried to play well. I just think they did play well. I just think we played better. And we have Wazdo, so we just win.
I see. All right. I think that's all the time we have for since we are running relatively late for the schedule. But it was great game, great performance by 501st here. Glad to see you guys are actually going insane with your games right now. Um,
Yeah, thanks for the conversation.
yeah, no problem. Okay, so that'll be it for our game for the 501st against the Ducks. I am going to be joining the next game of the 30 seconds versus 41st. So stay tuned and pray for me. Or
All
pray for
right.
them, honestly, because I'm there. All right, I'll catch
Uh, all right. Well, I will see you on the Rift there, Yubi. And we Twitch chat will see you here in a couple minutes, unless we're gonna go right into draft.
All right.
Which
See
one is
y'all.
it gonna be, Tala?